This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
What I like about the film Ordinary People. I like the realistic plot of the film. The Jarretts represent a good portrayal of families that seem perfect but cannot remain stable after a tragedy, in their case, the death of their older son. I think that the film raises awareness of mental health issues as Conrad's conditions are presented in detail, which allows the viewer to empathize with the character. The film shows that it is possible to overcome terrible circumstances. What I dislike about the film Ordinary People. I think that the movie is hard to watch at the beginning because of its atmosphere. It is clear that the family is unhappy and deeply affected by their son's death. The film shows the crude reality of a person who lives with a mental disorder, including nightmares, fear, lack of support from friends and family, and loneliness. However, the situation changes as Conrad's story develops and his family reconciles with their loss. Conrad's diagnosis. Depression, decrease of appetite, recurrent suicidal thoughts, diminished interest, feeling of guilt, diminished ability to concentrate. Post-traumatic stress disorder, recurrent memories and traumatic nightmares, trauma-related thoughts, diminished interest in activities, estrangement from others, sleep disturbance, and outbursts of anger. Mother's diagnosis. Obsessive-compulsive personality disorder, unreasonably high and inflexible internal standards of behavior, the continuance of the same behavior and inability to adapt to new conditions, and preoccupation with order and details. Narcissistic personality disorder, impaired ability to recognize the feelings and needs of others. Examples of mental illnesses. Stigma. The film represents the stigma related to psychiatric treatment. For instance, Conrad becomes an outcast because people at his school know that he has been in the hospital for mental illness and has tried to commit suicide. His former friends call him crazy because of it, and his mother is concerned about their neighbors' opinions on his condition. Even though Conrad's father tries to be supportive, he often perceives his son as a sick child and becomes overprotective. The shift in Conrad's sickness. At the beginning of the film, Conrad still has not recovered after his brother's death. His life is full of fear, he has nightmares, cannot eat, and his self-esteem is low. He does not have many friends, which has an adverse impact on his mental health. However, with the help of therapy and as his personal relationships with Janine and his father develop, Conrad stops showing acute symptoms of mental disturbances. At the end of the film, he is healed and ready to forgive his mother and stop blaming himself. Conrad's lethality risk analysis. At the beginning of the film, Conrad's lethality risk is higher than at the end of it. It can be proven by the fact that his mental disorders are very distinct at the start. He experiences nightmares, is isolated from his friends, his mother is not supportive of him, and he believes that she does not love him. However, Conrad's suicide risks lessen as his behaviors and the environment around him change. For example, his relationship with Janine is the highlight of his life. Moreover, when his mother leaves the family, the relationship between Conrad and his father improves. The major behavioral changes are notable, too, as the young man stops feeling guilty and gains control over his life. Relationship between Conrad and his therapist. I believe that the relationship between Conrad and his therapist, Dr. Berger, is an example of a good patient/provider partnership. Berger's consultations make Conrad feel relieved. He shows his support while acknowledging the significance of the problems the young man faces. In the film, Conrad and his therapist become friends, but it is necessary to point out that they do not cross the doctor-patient line. I believe that Dr. Berger is a skilled professional as he is not judgmental and convinces the young man to stop blaming himself. This essay on depression and grief in the Ordinary People film was written and submitted by a student just like you. The IvyPanda Samples database hosts thousands of works similar to this one on various subjects. Visit ivypanda.com to find what you are looking for, free of charge.